God, so beautiful.
Is it on? Oh, thanks for the... Jeez. You see what I have to work with, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, can you, like, not sit there? I actually do. Sit there. No, seriously, sit there. Or sit up there. Yeah, that's good.
She's like, I'm done. I'm fucking done, dude.
Well, she was giving me sass,
She's
so I
like,
had to give her some
I'm gonna
sass
beat
back.
your ass, Joe.
We would have made a great episode, me and you, today.
Let's fight on camera, please.
We did. We had a great time down there with that truck. That was a blast, at least for me. Yeah, man. So this is my buddy. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say. You don't have to look at the camera at all. I'd rather do something like this. We're just in here bullshit.
I'll look you in your seeing balls is what I'm gonna do.
I know. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. This is my dude, Dakota.
Hello.
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 I come in peace, dude.
We've only known each other for like 3 months now.
About maybe 2 3/4, yeah.
Yeah, we've known each other about 3 months now.
Yeah.
It's been a wild ride already.
That's an understatement, but yeah.
Yeah. So, well, we had discussed this a few times. What we're going to do is we're going to do something like our God series, where we're just going to make either just a long video or just like snippets of things, and we're talking about topics, and we just talk until we're like, okay, I think that's good enough.
I prefer to talk. There's always context needed.
Right. So we were discussing like what really is required for someone to be a man. We talked about that
many times.
Many times.
Many times.
Typically, I'm sitting here like
pointing and yelling, and we're getting upset and shit.
Which we could do on here too.
God damn.
We probably will. I think we'll save that one, maybe.
Already spilling beer on myself. What would you walk me into?
Or no, we could just talk about all of it here too. We can do that. We can talk about the crazy experience in this journey called life that we've had.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
That's up to you, whatever you would say there.
I mean, I still don't understand life fully, but yeah, we can.
Right. I don't think anybody correctly does.
Most 80-year-olds I know don't.
Yeah, right. I feel like we live life the right way.
I feel like we live life the best way we know how to. And everybody's different. Everybody's different.
Right.
Some people think they're the best people in the world. They're not. Some people think they're terrible human beings, and they're actually very good. So it's all perspective based.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Wow. How we know.
I mean, trauma is a big
thing, and if you don't heal from it and you stay broken, you are going to continue to hurt people.
Yeah. And I think that just comes with unawareness, like you said.
It's unawareness, yeah.
So, I mean, people, perpetuate the cycle of their life without realizing that they're doing it. The only time people really stop doing that is when they wake up or something happens to them to where they can fully admit the other person's feelings. And they're like, oh, okay, well, shit, I feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I made other people feel that way. Maybe I shouldn't do that anymore.
Right. Dude, I'm telling you, in this past few years of journey of life, I text my ex-girlfriend from college from like 15 years ago. And I've already said these things to her. But I literally text her at 2:30 in the morning.
It's the worst time to do it, Joe.
No, not like that. She's married and has kids.
So shit. Okay, that might be worse, actually.
Oh my God. Come on, bro.
Oh, my bad.
I'm not that kind of
my
man.
bad. Sorry.
I'm not that kind of man.
Okay, cool. My bad. I knew that.
So obviously. I text her. And I literally said to her, I said, hey, I know you're married now and I know you have kids and I am so happy for you. And I said, I just want you to know that I am so sorry for everything that I did back then, because at this point, my entire world is shattered. And I know how this feels now. Yeah. Just like you said, until you figure out what it feels like to be on the other end of stupidity, you have no idea how much you're hurting a human being.
The receiving end is also very different than the giving end, because it seems that most of the cases revolve around some kind of ultimatum. I used to be a real piece of shit when I was younger. I didn't exactly run around town, but I wasn't the nicest guy. as you get older, I don't know if it was my frontal lobe developing finally.
Yeah.
I woke up one morning like, hey, I'm a man now. Or I just started becoming aware of what I was doing to people, because you wake up and
Yep.
you start questioning shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, well, you've broken free from this everyday repetitive cycle. You're like in an office or a 9 to 5, and most people live their whole lives in this like NPC program.
Mm-hmm.
And when you break free from it, it frees you, and it frees your awareness, and it also allows you to grow in ways mentally, spiritually, that you've never imagined.
Dude, this is what I wish I could say to people, and them not get pissed off and think that I'm like just whatever. I wish I could look at people and say, you have no idea what you're doing to yourself, and you also have no idea that you are literally being programmed.
Yeah.
Like, and all that's up here, dude, is a computer system. That's it. That's all. Our brain is. If you look at a computer and you look at a human neurological system, it's the same thing.
That's why you have to have patience and grace.
Mm-hmm.
And when you learn it with yourself, and then you start understanding that this is our first time being alive.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is our awareness. A lot of people go through different experiences, but I'm happy to hit mine younger instead of older.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really say that I'm aware now, but I'm learning, and I'm focusing more on self growth and improvement mentally, spiritually, and I think it's really healthy,
Yeah.
to want to get out of that box
Mm-hmm.
and experience new things. When you're shoved down your whole life, I mean, you're literally your whole life, and
Mm-hmm.
you're made to believe something,
Yeah.
and then you wake up and you're exposed to something different. It's like it's fuel. Like, oh shit, well, I need to continue doing that. This is different for me.
Mm-hmm.
And every door, this is a common saying, but every door that you walk through is an opportunity, and every door you're shut is an opportunity that's less likely to appear in the future. Every door I choose to close, I'm going to get less and less of an opportunity the older I get. And I
Yeah.
think your age and who you are as a person is what grants you opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have it easy. Some people definitely don't have it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Work with it.
Right. You're handed a hand of cards. All of us are. It doesn't matter if you have a pair of twos. Doesn't matter if you have a full house. It matters how you play the game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You often hear stories about like billionaires and millionaires, people that came from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And their stories are so inspirational, because I'm still trying to figure out, like, I'm sure a lot of people are, but like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Say it
what
on
the
your own
hell
time,
is this
dude.
shit?
Say it on time. What the hell is
What
this?
is this? I mean, I can hear it, I can see it, I can feel it, I can smell it, I can taste it, but like, I feel disconnected from it.
Yeah.
And I hear these stories about these billionaires struggling to make ends meet, or like starting at the smallest level of a small business, or even borrowing from people. They're taking money from people they know in order to meet their their daily margins, and they end up pushing through the hate and people telling them that they're not going to make it, and the failure, because failure is obviously what brings you either knowledge or a point in life where you just say fuck it. Most people choose the fuck it option,
Mm-hmm.
and then they work through this shit and they become knowledgeable, and they use this knowledge to continue to grow their business and grow themselves and reach a point where they're like billionaires, millionaires. Money, man.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Like, money is, people say it's the root of all evil. I mean, in retrospectively speaking, I somewhat agree, because I think money can change your character and how you
Oh,
view
yeah.
life. But at the same time, it depends on who it goes to and who earns it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know very wealthy people that are extremely kind, and I know very wealthy people that are the biggest pieces of shit I've ever
Oh, I
met
know.
in my
Oh, I
life.
know, dude. Trust me, how
Yeah.
well I know.
Mm.
Some of the richest people I have met, I could give a shit less that I met them.
Mm.
Some of the poorest people I ever met has stuck in my brain more,
Yes.
because I was like, this homeless person
Yes.
is appreciative. Like so what I do is a lot after I get done eating downtown, and I don't ever eat leftovers. So what I do is I go find some homeless person downtown and I give them my leftover food that I didn't eat.
That's good.
Somebody one time was like, what is the motive behind it? You know,
Like they're expecting something from it.
like somebody outside of this saw this and was like, what is the motive? What are the motives behind this? And it's like, well, there are no motives, but if there had to be one, this is what it would be. Unlike all these rich fucking assholes, I know that if I did something for them, they would not even catch a glimpse of the amount of appreciation that person had because I fed them.
Yeah. Awareness.
They would not appreciate it, and that's why I don't help other humans. I'm sorry, but like, dude, you don't appreciate it.
I don't think anybody appreciates anything anymore.
No, they don't.
Nobody gives a shit.
They don't
about
appreciate anything anymore.
Yeah,
no one appreciates shit.
You know, I used to be that guy that like didn't give a fuck about the phone he had or the game system. Like I wanted all the new tech. I didn't give a shit about how nice my shit was. And now I'm at a point where I literally go with the bare minimum. I have an old ass iPhone. My watch, Apple Watch, is old. It's a newer, considered newer tech, but it's old. It's one of the first or third generations, one of the three in between. And now I'm at the point where I just come out here and I look at this shit. Look at the water, the waves, the lights, the clouds, and I just observe. You know, I become very observant, and I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be alive, dude.
Dude, you know how many times I've said that over the last couple of years? God, thank you for keeping me alive, dude. Because in all honesty, I don't know how I survived certain things in this life. So it's like, thank you for keeping me breathing and walking around this earth.
It's a miracle to me. Even though I've been lukewarm and I've, you know, been a terrible human being.
Yeah, everybody has at times, dude.
Yeah,
but I have been.
Yeah, I mean, we all have.
We all have, man. It's not.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. Yeah. Everybody has done something stupid.
Yeah.
Everyone. There is no way you can possibly go through life without doing something stupid and not learning your lesson. Because if you don't learn your lesson, you just continue to keep doing stupid shit until eventually that whole thing called karma,
I believe in it,
catches back up to you. It's how the universe works, bro.
Yeah, I believe in it. There's a weight and a law to everything.
Yes. What you put out into the world, you receive, man.
Karmic law is definitely a thing. You know, it's, either it comes with the sins of your past or the things you've twisted to narrate your own future. You know, a lot of people they're benefit seekers. You know, they do things because they expect something. Like
yes, right. That's transactional.
Yeah, yeah. They're always wanting something in return. Rarely do I come across somebody who does something without needing or wanting anything, even the expectation. Yeah, it's a kind thing to do. It's a nice thing to do, to give back to someone who did something for you. But most people don't think that way.
No, they don't.
And as you were talking about, you know, the rich and the poor, I think a really, really, really good perspective would be the most unusual people that I've ever met. The ones that are like different. They think differently. They act differently. They dress. They look different, are usually the ones with the best stories. Because who wants to be like everyone else?
Right. Why would you want to be like everyone else?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to be unique and rare?
Well, I mean, a rarity, it's not rarity. It's more so when you've never felt like you belonged in the first place, and then you see other people. I'm not talking about this like SJW liberal, you know, like mentally like transgender shit. I'm talking about like as a human being.
Yes.
Like as a human being, even if you have had a somewhat normal life, there is still some kind of disconnect from it. Like school, college, you know, family life, home life, friend life, social life, work life. You see a commonality between these things. You're like, oh, people generally think the same and they generally behave the same. And you can almost predict the things they're going to do or they're going to say, because it's so common. Everyone thinks so like it's wild to me. How do people think so similar to each other? It's like trends and culture. The newest trend comes out. Oh, I got to do it. I got to do the shimmy bimmel or whatever the fuck they call it, bro.
I don't know. I remember the Dougie, dude. That's as far as back as I go.
No, because, you know, it's just, it's a mass level of mind control. That's what that shit is.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying
Yeah.
about our computer systems and
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, dude, if you all are looking at a certain social media network, doesn't matter which one, all of that is just an AI algorithm.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if you start clicking on things,
Yeah. Oh, that guy
Guess-
must want to watch that now.
get right.
Yeah.
So then it starts popping up with the same shit. And eventually you start watching the same shit. And eventually it starts programming that computer inside your head.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're all just electrical signals. That's all we are.
How do people not understand this? Is what I want to know. How do you all not get it? How do you not get it yet? Wake the fuck up.
It's a,
Like
it's a cultural thing. It's a societal thing. Like technology is advancing. People are less reliant on the world around them, and they become more reliant on this thing. Like, yeah, I have it on me 24/7, but I use it to make a phone call, maybe check the news or whatever's going on, and then I might here and there text a woman.
oh God, don't even get me started.
If I'm lucky.
Don't even get me started.
Other than that, this motherfucker has no purpose to me. And
No.
It's a day and age, bro, where you have to have a phone.
I know, it sucks.
If you didn't have a phone, you're fucked.
You've looked at me a few times and been like, hey man, I think you need to just detach from your phone.
Yeah,
and I was
like, oh shit, bro, what?
And I was like, buddy, A, I can't, but B, I have actually reduced my phone usage tremendously.
Good.
Like 93.784%.
I'm on like 8 hours a day still.
Fact? Fact.
Yeah, I'm on like 8 hours a day. Easy. And it's not like I'm just glued to the thing. I just keep it open. And, you know, here on my free time, I'll browse TikTok, which is an extremely addicting app. Oh, my God, I can't get away from that fucking thing.
Right. I've actually never been on TikTok.
It's horrible. Don't start. I'm
right. Like,
you.
I wouldn't anyways. Like,
it's not horrible. I love it, but I need to get the fuck away from it.
Right, but you are bringing up a good point. Because didn't China own that?
Yeah, they did. And I remember they had this Pokemon Go thing where I read I don't remember where I read it, but it said that they were like tracking people, where they went, where they moved to. They were like logging the infrastructure of houses and buildings and streets, and they were like mapping the demographics of people. I don't know why. Like, that seems really meticulous, you know,
it's
and
kind of
really
wild,
evil.
huh?
Yeah, really evil shit.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So when people program their brains with a Chinese-owned company.
Yeah. I mean, they have their top league. You think about the way Americans think.
I'm
right?
sorry, right? I've said this on here before because we were talking about Asian Americans, I think, and I was like, yeah, if you've ever dated someone from an Asian country,
yeah,
you would realize really fast that they are way smarter than us.
100%.
100%. 100%.
I don't look. I read something. I don't remember if it was a book or an excerpt. God, I wish I could I could cite stuff, but there's, depending on the language you speak and the way that you write in your native language determines how your brain works.
Yeah.
Like the Asian, like when you see these videos, you're scrolling the internet and you see these American people who like barely manage to handle one task, or they may, or over time they become a pro in it. I see this like 8-year-old kid at a factory in China going, without even looking, they're just fucking robots. Like how?
And
like,
if they're not doing that, they're playing musical instruments at 5 years old,
Yeah,
better
like,
than people that have been playing for 25
savants,
years.
bro. Savants. Like, what is about it the Asian brain, dude? What is with the Asian brain?
They don't have all the chemicals and fluoride and nonsense.
100%. Yeah, but they do
that
fucking.
This country does.
They slice down their population and mandate it, and they have horrific laws, and their entire economic system is insane.
Well, this is what I always say. If you haven't been there, how do you know that that's what's going on?
That's true. It could just be a narrative shaped by the Western elite. Oh, I think it's more of a word elite, but yeah.
Because me and Lisa have thought about talking about this. Well, we've said this before. We have said this before. We were like, what if there's a like population decrease going on and we don't know it?
Look at the Georgia Guidestones.
I know.
500 million minimum?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's always been a depopulation agenda. Bill Gates, I mean, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. I mean, look at every society around the world. Look at every culture.
Yeah.
There's always been some kind of ultimatum revolving around some end control, some weird societal control bullshit where they have their dark cults and their sacrificial ceremonies and
witchcraft,
and or they want to. Right now, I think the thing is they get everyone hooked on AI. Like I remember reading about the beast system. Remember the beast system in the Bible where it talks about everyone's fucking marked and shit. You know, I look at this and I'm like, well, you know, the Bible. The acronym is for me is like basic instructions before leaving Earth. Like that is like how the book should be portrayed. Like, be a better person. There's weight on your soul. Living my whole life and trying to follow the Bible and being like a morally right person.
Right.
Even when I'm not, you know, because I was a piece of shit.
Well, I had this conversation on the way over here. I think when people hear me talk like this, they don't know me, right? They're like, "Oh, this is a human being talking like this, like they're what?" No. I am not a saint by any means.
Oh, I'm a piece of shit. 100%.
I'm not.
I'm a piece of shit.
This is when I was going to start pointing at you.
I know, dude. The mentality, bro. I know. Like, I get it. You know, but it's hard to. I'm learning. It's hard.
I know you are.
It's hard to, you know, look back at yourself. Sometimes you wake up in the mirror and you're like, what the fuck?
Dude, there was this one time I looked myself in the mirror and I did not like what I saw.
I do that every morning, actually.
Well, you should work on it.
Sometimes I'll shave my head, my beard, go, you're doable. You're doable.
Dude.
But
that's what I do mainly. I'm like, would I?
I would.
I would.
5 minutes max, dude.
Yeah, that's all I got.
They call me the Minute Man for a reason.
Right. But yeah, man, like I don't think people quite get it. Like, well, like we've said this too. Living, we can go there. There are frequency levels.
Oh yeah.
Right? We know this. And for the people who don't know this, I'm sorry you don't, but this is factual.
Yeah. I mean, the laws of our universe are made up on frequency.
Yes.
Nikolai Tesla talked about it too.
They all did. Yeah. They all did, right?
The electric universe.
Yes. Yeah. All this is just protons and neutrons sitting out here, dude.
Yeah, it's a different, everything's at a certain vibration.
Yes, it's all at a
different density. That's what it is. Vibration is density.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you're living your life in a way you shouldn't.
It's a low vibration for sure. Yeah, it's low.
So you're living your life at a low vibration. So guess what happens when you're living your life down here?
You attract the low shit to you constantly.
You attract low quality shit in your life.
Yeah.
All you have to do is start living your life on this frequency level. And guess what comes into your life then?
There's something called, it's called the law of one. And there's also something called karmic law, which we talked about earlier, which, yeah, everything does eventually come full circle.
Yes,
maybe not in your lifetime, but it will, the things you do will ripple forever.
Well, that's the thing. Like, well, you do have a point that I don't think people are quite, everything we're saying here could be incorrect, by the way. We don't really know. We just said, what the hell is this?
It's what I fucking believe, so fuck you.
Right, exactly. Like, hey, this is what I choose to think about this.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think people quite understand this. What if, because you always have to ask what if. What if, yeah, I'm saying it. What if we are reincarnated? What if you are reincarnated?
I'm going to be an ant for sure.
No. What if you are reincarnated and you come back to this world as a human and the things that you did the last time that you didn't learn, you have to experience all over again.
Damn, I'm living a fucked up cycle, dude.
So am I. So am I.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I said it because, not that I'm ever going to make you say anything about your life on here.
I'd be happy to. I'm an open book. I don't give a fuck.
And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to say something about you that I have never said about another human being. When I walk around this earth and I look at other people and they have things in life that I literally am like, how could you not be grateful for the blessing that God has given you?
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that isn't because they've had an easier way than me or not. What I say is, I think it's pathetic that you're not grateful for something that I haven't had in my life, and all I've had is shit.
I relate to that big
And
time.
my life has been brutal as fuck.
Yeah,
Brutal.
that's accurate.
So I will say this: if you were to talk about your life, I want you to be brutal.
Yeah,
because I want people to hear brutality on how life is.
it's horrible.
And if they don't appreciate what they have in their life, or that they haven't had to experience the things that either one of us have experienced, because my story in itself is pretty rough. And this is what I'm going to say that I've never said to another human being. Yours may be worse than mine.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
So, like that's why I said I'm never going to make you say anything on here, because
3 lessons with me, Joe. 1, you can't fucking offend me.
yeah,
Number
good.
2, I don't give a shit about much. And number
Yes.
3, nothing fucking bothers me ever. That's
I
pretty
know,
much
I
the
know.
same thing
Right.
on context.
Right. Right. So this is where I'm gonna. So I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this episode. By the way, anything that is said in here, I want you all to remember this one fact. This happened.
Yeah.
Fact 2: if you are easily offended, maybe you should think about that. Why would you be offended?
It's a weakness.
Right. It is a weakness.
It's a mental weakness.
There we
dude.
go.
You're fucking weak mentally.
Weak mentally. Because I guarantee you, the things that this human being has experienced, the things that this human being has experienced, you all would probably not be on this earth anymore.
I think there's truth to that.
Yes.
That's probably why I'm so numb to a lot, honestly.
Right. Like,
yeah.
I haven't told you my experience. I've only told 2 human beings on this earth that stuff about me.
Oh, yeah.
And one just was like, looked at me and was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry." And the other one cried for 4 hours after we got off the phone, and prayed for me for 4 hours while crying. So, difference in people who hear something and how they perceive it.
Yeah, but the person who cried could also not ever think about you again after that point. And the person
Well,
who was
that's
like,
not true though, so it doesn't
oh,
matter.
okay.
You need to stop looking at life on a negative way.
Hey, man, I'm just here to enjoy my middle
Oh
of
my
life.
God.
I'm just kidding. No, you're right.
You do. Look, man.
I'm growing.
Well, I know. And we said this the other day. We were talking about being men and like life and things like that. And I looked at you and I was like, you are right there. You just haven't reached it yet. And it's not something attainable physically. It's just part of being a man, dude.
You want to hear what I think a man is? Is that what you want?
Well, I want to hear whatever you want to say. I don't care.
I'll tell you what I think a fucking man
No,
is.
I want to hear what a fucking man is from you. I have 8 years on this guy, by the way.
Mentally, I feel like I'm 11 some days, but we'll move past that.
Yeah, me too. That's okay. I mean, I tried to buy a shitty truck today.
I know.
I can't wait to get it home.
What I think a man is, Joe.
Yeah.
You know, like, the culture is interesting. It plays a huge part, you know, societal expectations, as well as the way your parents raise you.
Yes.
The way that,
very important.
Yeah.
The way your parents raised you.
I mean, all of it plays a role.
Yeah.
And it's very different than it was in the 50s and 60s, even 70s. You know, the culture has changed so much. It's adapted to the point where women walk around with masculinity and men walk around with femininity.
Yes.
And they've been emasculated. Men have been emasculated to the point to where women are heads of households.
Yes.
Or they're... But don't get me wrong. I don't think there's fucking anything. If a woman wants to be like, I'm a baller, I'm going to work, I'm going to be a provider, fucking go for it. But there should not be a double standard.
No.
And men are treated like shit.
Yes.
Where we have extremely high expectations. We have to earn our worth in order to be valued. If you're born a woman, from birth, you have a vagina. You are literally valued by everything living on this planet. You are the most precious thing on this planet. So by just being a woman, you are it's like video game. You're born
A
on
real
easy
woman.
mode. Yeah,
A
not a fucking I'm a woman and you have a schlong between your legs.
no, not like that. Not like that. No, not like that.
My name's Billy, but it's really Jessica.
So we're talking about men and what makes a man. But there's the other side of that. And what makes a woman.
Femininity.
Right.
Being a mother.
But here's right, being a mother, being a nurturer.
Yeah.
Not being the provider.
Yeah, and I think promiscuity is really fucked it up a lot.
Oh yeah, that has beyond belief. Because people don't realize this. When you intertwine,
yeah, you share pieces of yourself, man.
You share pieces of yourself to someone else.
Parts of your energy, your soul, dude.
Yes, your soul.
100%.
But that really happens when you absolutely love someone.
Mm.
Because it happens whether you do it or not. But when you trust someone and you love someone with everything you got and you give yourself to them with everything you got, your soul is so damaged.
Yeah. It takes a long time to recover.
Yes.
It does. Some people never do.
No, some people never do.
Yeah.
Some people never do. And the thing about it is that if people don't understand this about the world, and they don't understand this about life, guess what? They're just going to continue to do it to themselves.
The cycle, yeah.
So, you're talking about like hookup culture.
Horrible. Fucking horrible. Hookup culture is the worst
I lived through it. I experienced it. Trust me, dude.
Bro, what the fuck happened to the nuclear family? What happened to appeasing a man providing and working his ass off, and a woman taking care of being home with the kids and raising them and nurturing them?
Right. I've said this on here many times. Damn, ladies, y'all had it.
Yeah, you guys wanted to work, dude.
Somebody decided I'm gonna go work today.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd love to sit in a cubicle and write emails. Oh, fuck no, you'd rather be home raising fucking kids. That's what you'd rather.
Right. And it's not like we're telling them that's where you belong. You're fucking wired that way.
Yeah.
We are wired as men.
Yeah, we're analytical, logical, very strategic. Women can be strategic, but they're more emotional based, 100%.
Right. They can be strategic, but if they put emotion behind it,
which kind of just cancels it out.
It cancels it.
Yeah, emotion is the worst decisions you ever made. When you do something out of anger, you can never, ever, ever undo it.
No.
The same thing. Emotion is the biggest enemy, dude.
Pour some out for my dead homies. But like
pussy.
I'm sorry. I am a grown ass man. And I don't need to drink the bottom flat end of the beer.
I do. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm a man and nothing fucking bothers me, dude.
Damn it. Okay,
I'll walk in the mud, Mister. Oh my God, there's fucking mud. There's a puddle. Fuck. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stomp in that shit.
If I had the right shoes on, I would.
I don't give a fuck if I'm wearing Michael Kors shoes or Jordans. Fuck.
I don't necessarily either. But the thing is that I have high value for the things that I do have.
Shit, you could give me a...
Dude, Dakota, we're pretty much roommates.
We're like housemates, dude. Housemates.
Do I have a lot of stuff?
Not really.
No, that's all I have, dude. That's literally all I have in my entire life is in that room over there.
Okay, so if you lost both of your phones, how would you react right now?
If I lost my work phone, I would actually freak out.
Freak the fuck out, yeah.
Right, but that's because it's my work phone. And
if you lost your guitar, how would you react?
Oh, if somebody did something like if I'm up here playing and like somebody was like drunk and did something stupid, and if it was my one guitar, I would kill them. Like that is all I have in this world.
If somebody burns your car, how would you react?
I have insurance.
But how would you react?
I have insurance.
Fuck it. I'll just get a new one. Money.
It doesn't matter. It's just a fucking car.
That's how I view it. That's right. Like somebody.
Like I love my car. Don't get me wrong.
I get it.
I take care of my car.
I get it.
But
somebody fucking rear-ended me, and do you see how I reacted? I literally came home and was like,
"Yep, check this out."
Fuck it. Yeah, dude, look at this shit. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, I care more about a truck sitting 83 miles away from here than I do my vehicle.
By the way.
The last time I saw it, it ran, okay?
That's all that matters. It gets to A to B. The heater might not work. The radio might not work. And it might fail on you less than a mile down the road. But you know what? It's fucking worth it.
Dude, I buy things because of the story. Not because...
Oh, the sentimental value.
No, not sentimental.
The history of it?
The story of it.
The story of it.
Yes.
All right. What's your story, Joe?
Was my
What
story
about you?
about me? I've
No. What brought you to the conclusion of thinking above other people? And I mean,
Oh, that's a good one. I'm glad you just asked me that.
And I mean in a way, not saying that you're better than people.
No, I'm
but
not.
What brought you? What awakens you, dude?
So I'm glad you asked me that, because
I'm glad you're glad, Joe.
Yeah, because I say this a lot about this. I never asked for this. I never asked to be on this level. I never wanted to be on this level because, yes, I am. People don't realize this. The amount of joy and emotion and the way I feel at this level, you all don't understand this level of being a human.
I agree.
If there were more people who experience this level of being a human, I think this world would be a better place, because then they would have understanding. Because like you said, I am not better than anybody. No one's better than anyone. We're all in this together, dude. Like,
people don't see it that way.
I know. And like we were talking about frequency levels.
Yeah.
Like, guys, like I say this. I have lived at this level for a very long time. The devil was my best friend, but there's something about evil that people don't get. You can live down here and great things will happen for you. Because the higher power doesn't want you to live that way.
The higher power.
But guess what? If you stay at this frequency, even if the higher power is like, I'm going to give you a blessing, if you fumble it, you stay there. So people don't understand this about evil. You can live down here. The thing about evil is it uses you until it's done with you. And then when it's done with you, guess what? You're still at this level. So guess what happens to your life?
Cycle.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Joe.
Yeah.
We talk about God all the time.
We do.
We talk about religion.
Yeah.
Atheism.
Yeah.
Gnosticism. We talk about Buddhism and Satanism. We talk about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm intrigued, because when we attend our spiritual ceremonies and we pray.
Yep.
I don't really know what your full perspective on God is, because I guarantee you mine is way different than yours.
Well, you haven't seen the God episodes.
Because I don't sit there on the internet all day.
I know you don't.
But I do watch random political bullshit. So
yeah, whatever. It's always fun just to be entertained.
Dude, my watch is really Trump, dude. Look at that. He's pointing at you. Yeah. Yeah, I fuck with him though.
I mean, that's fine. Like I've said, the way this world is ran is below my standards of living. Therefore, I don't participate.
What are you, the king of fucking Egypt? What are you, bro? The pharaoh?
I could be. What if I was reincarnated?
Yeah. Or you could be some dude that just got mugged on York Street in 1983.
True.
Yeah. Give me my fucking money. All right, I'm taking it.
True.
Yeah.
Or I could have been the guy that killed the guy in
1983. It died. He got shot in the process.
Yes, yeah. And now I have learned my lessons.
Yeah. I'm not gonna mug that guy. I might beat the fuck out of him this time.
I mean, brief synopsis. What I think about God. I didn't ask to know him.
I want to know him.
This is why I always say you are not there yet, because I've always had a belief in God. I just didn't know. I was like,
yeah, same.
I was like, I don't know.
It's like, dude, the way to look at it, how I've always thought about it is, with all the evil in the world,
yes,
this is like, why would you not at least want to, believe in something good?
Right. Well, I say this, okay? You're breathing right there.
Oh, my breath.
What's in your lungs?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. Can you see that?
No, but I can feel the carbon escaping.
Right. Oxygen and air exists.
O2.
It's right here. Even though those are two different objects. One is a thing,
payday, a
wrapper, and another one is a Zen pouch.
Aluminum and plastic.
Wintergreen 6 to be exact.
Fucking chemicals. Yeah, dude. I like that. That was a good shot.
Yeah, but You can't see any of those things because this is gravity.
That goes back to Newton. Nikola Tesla had a different idea.
Okay, now you're putting it all together.
Yeah.
So if these things exist, and even if you believe in God or not, these things exist. Newton and them went over every action is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah.
Energy is not created or destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just transferred.
Yeah.
I know that there is something higher. Is it God? Maybe. Is it a higher frequency level? Well, maybe. Is this a simulation? Well, maybe. But this is what I think. I know for a fact that if God didn't exist, I wouldn't be here. And you were asking like, how did I wake up to thinking at a higher level? I didn't ask for this.
You just woke up one day?
No, it was a very rough and painful transition.
Relatable.
Yes, very rough and painful. Like, I mean, I'm literally laying next to my bed, kneeling down, holding my head because I wanted to blow my fucking brains out.
Or in the shower in a fetal position.
Yes,
just like
doing
bawling.
that.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
I have been there, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and no one knows this because no one was around to witness this.
Well, you don't let anybody in that happens.
Right, like, yeah, and you're talking months. You're talking months of this by myself, no one around, no one to talk to. Alone. And I think that is why people are afraid to know who God is. Because in order to know who God is, you have to be forged in brutal fire of life to figure out just who God is. It's not like little things happen for you and then whatever and blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, bad things happen to you. Yes, life is like this until you just get here and it goes like this. That's a sinusoidal wave, you know. It's basically a circle though. It's what it, like if you took the 2 points, it's basically a circle back and forth. So that would show the circle of effect, of lessons you don't learn, of things that you do, of karma. Okay? If you take a sinusoidal wave, it's like this, and you put 2 points and it goes up and it come down, and it's just a circle. So like
everything's measurable, Joe.
Everything is measurable.
Everything's measurable.
Everything is measurable. What if the decisions you make are measurable by God?
I don't doubt it.
I don't either.
You know what I do? I did something when I was a kid. I would lay in my bed. There's 2 points to this. One, I would lay in my bed and I'd wonder, I'd sit there in my own thoughts, and I'm sure every young adolescent in a room by themselves more than 20 minutes.
We know what you were doing.
Yeah, everybody knows what the fuck we were doing. What I was doing.
We know what you were doing.
Everybody knows. And
this is the way I view it. You all right over there? I'm a grown ass man. So I take care of myself.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. Who gives a shit, right? What's up?
Matt said he's ready for cornhole.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We'll wrap it up here in a sec.
Like, where'd they go? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh.
Thank you.
But
I'm not ready to end this.
I'm not either. It's fine. But man, I don't think I'm not saying I'm right, by the way. I'm just saying, ever since I went through what I went through, by something I couldn't see, whether it was my brain wiring itself for a certain trauma effect that I had, whether it was me healing myself from trauma I had, whether it was from me doing, this didn't happen, I plead the fifth, whether I was on psychedelics to get my brain to function correctly, whether I was, and I never did this throughout my life, but I was doing, whether it was marijuana that helped me just even, whatever the hell happened, something good happened. So
it's called the law of 3, Joe.
I know.
For everything good that happens, there's 3 negatives.
I know.
And that has happened to me relentlessly
I know.
throughout my life.
And look at, when we said this to each other before, I looked at you and I said, I was like, man, this is how I know God exists. And you're like, I was like, you know what position I'm in life. You also know how busy I am in life. Like, we rarely see each other. Half the time, I'm always gone. I get up earlier than you, and then I leave, and I go do shit, and then, or I'm in the room.
We're
and
going from work late as fuck, and you're just like, hey, we going to our rooms.
Yeah, I'm just
We
like,
just
you
split
don't,
it.
whatever.
Split.
And man, I said, I would believe that any person that was in my position currently would think their life is fucking over. But this is how I know God exists. Because I said, nope. God is getting ready to bless me. Because I know if I am here, I know he's going to turn it around for me. That is how I know God. And that is how I know God exists. That is why I'm not worried about this. Yes, a normal person would probably not be able to handle this. And even if people said I'm crazy, I'd rather think about life that way than being like, my life's fucking over. I'm a quitter.
I'm not a quitter. I've never been a quitter.
Me either. Me
Ever.
either, except when I buy an old truck from 1981 that doesn't want to run on all 6 cylinders, only 2. We make dumb decisions, but that doesn't make a difference in the person we are. Oh, dog.
Dookie boy, don't you dare piss on
I thought he was going to
to
do it. I thought he was going to do it.
Look.
But man, like...
You want to know what I really think about life, Joe?
Yeah, you really
I
think.
fucking think it's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
I think humans are a parasite. I think everything we ever experience is just fucking the biggest load of garbage ever. Music sucks. People suck. The way the economic system is set up sucks. The way people interact with each other sucks. I wake up every day and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Am I in a matrix? Am I in a dimension? Am I reincarnated? Is there a God? Is there a fucking Freemasonry society? Does Illuminati exist? Are there aliens visiting us? Are we on another plane of existence? Are we trapped in the fucking firmament? Is there an alien civilization on the ground? Oh, that baby just got ate by a giant 9-foot tall lizard. What the fuck is this?
Is it flat?
I think there might be truth to it at this point.
I've said there is some compelling evidence.
Look,
but
everyone wants to fucking talk shit, and they want to be like, "Oh, we're scientists. We've solidified a basic foundation for the law of the universe, right? Gravity and mathematics and all this bullshit." But what about that 98 fucking percent, which is called the mind and the spirit, which no one can still fucking understand?
Right. Like, dude,
this could be 1% of what the fuck life is. All this shit.
I know.
There's a sunset. Look at the driftwood. Look at that log sticking up. Look at the clouds. We're only able to see what, 3 of 7%? I don't know, fucking of the light spectrum. Yeah. We're at a certain density in our mass. What if we're talking right now and I reach over to you and in some weird way I'm like literally putting my hand through another dimension or some shit?
Right.
Like just on a different frequency than ours.
Right.
Fuck it.
Who?
I'm gonna kick this alien baby to death, bro. Fuck it. Fucking stab this guy in the asshole. How many eyes do you have, buddy? My bad.
It's all good.
It's dumb to me, and I've lived my life trying to make sense of it, trying to understand what any of this is.
This is
my goal isn't myself, Joe, because I've detached from myself. My goal is to understand what the fuck this is.
This is why I looked at you and said, I know where you're at in this journey. And I told you how much time you had left before you finally get to here.
I'm going to peel, dude. I'm going to peel over.
No, you won't. Because you don't quit.
Never have I quit. Quitters are the weakest type of human.
God hates a quitter.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're going through a bad marriage, a bad breakup, a bad work turmoil. It doesn't matter if you're going through a rough friendship. What I think matters is through everything you do in this life, character is determined by effort and diligence and commitment. Dedication might be to yourself or something else. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But if you don't give the fuck up, that's where winners are made, dude.
Yes.
That's where the most successful human beings come from. And even if you don't have an amazing life and you've been through a wild amount of shit.
Yes.
As long as you continue to be the best person you can be and improve from the situations, then there's worth in me being around you. And there's worth in you as a human being. Because I'm going to tell you, Joe, I don't think many people have worth. Yeah, we're all important. Life is important. Yeah, I'm pro life. Yeah, 100%.
I don't like to say we're all important. I like to say no one is better than anyone.
I don't think anyone's important.
Right.
I don't think anyone's important. The people are like, oh, my life is this. Why doesn't anyone relate? You know what? You're going through battles. I'm going through battles. You're going through fucking battles. Yours could be worse than mine. Fuck it.
I don't care. I don't care. I want to quote Andrew Tate on this.
Top G, bro.
Top G,
bro. Top G.
Got my Bugatti.
My Bugatti. Every man on earth knows who Top G is. He was the most famous man in the world for like a year.
I know.
You know why? Because young men were tired of getting shit on. They were tired of the hookup culture. They were tired of getting their hearts broken. And they were questioning, what happened to the masculinity? What happened to me waking up in the morning and be like, I'm going to provide for you. There's a dude over there. I know I'm 8 inches shorter than you, but let's fucking go. I know, dude.
Right.
I get it.
So, like.
Top G, bro.
Top G. Top G.
My Bugatti.
I like to quote him with this one. And I'd say this about my life. I say this about the things going on in my life. And I say this about the things that I know God is going to bring me. Because even if it's good or bad, I say this and I quote Andrew Tate every time.
You think you're going to go to hell?
No. Hold on. I thank God for this battle. There is nothing I am more thankful for than God himself, because I know men like us do not give up. That right there is how I view life. I view it as I have this going on that most people would say is not a good spot to be in life. But I view it as this is a battle. And I am the kind of man that is going to win because I do not give up.
Yeah, fight through it.
Right, you do.
Also, I don't mean to interrupt you, but what the fuck is that?
That is one of those foam things, you know, with the hole in the middle.
The noodle? The pool noodle?
The noodle, yeah.
You beat the shit out of each other with?
Somebody must have been out there swimming. But yeah, man.
You have a lot of good points, Joe, you know, but at the same time, remember, life is, it's different for everyone.
It is.
It's different for everyone.
It is.
And, you know, you have an understanding of your own.
Right.
And I've got an understanding.
This is why I said I could be wrong about this.
I don't think you're wrong. If anything, I think we've agreed on pretty much everything we've ever talked about. Everything. I don't think we've ever disagreed on anything other than that one moment where we talked about chemicals in the brain and supplements.
I know that was.
And then we just at the end of it, we're like, "Oh yeah, you do agree with me," but we just didn't establish that point.
It was a miscommunication. Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay, now I understand you."
I'm an alien in my own world, Joe.
So am I.
I'm an alien in my own life. I'm a shadow of myself because I can see myself and I view myself, but I don't feel like I'm here. I don't feel like any of this is real.
I don't either.
Like I'm like, oh, is there going to be an alien invasion? Is Project Bluebeam going to come down here and fake an alien invasion? Is there going to be a flood? Is Jesus going to come back? What are we going to just go into a black hole? You know, what the fuck? What the fuck? Am I going to wake up one day to a giant alien in my room like, give me your asshole? I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. You ever thought about that shit when you wake up in the middle of the night and you think like, that's a real irrational fear of me, is like being abducted by aliens. It's real.
dude, I've had experience in this life where I was like,
yeah, I have too.
I was like, oh shit, what the hell was that? You know, like
I have
uh-oh.
And since I've been a kid, dude, I've had experiences, and now my most irrational, it used to be deep water. I had a psychic tell me one time that I died on a pirate ship as a pirate with cannons, and I got crushed by the cannon, and I floated down to the bottom of the ocean, and I died there. That's what a psychic.
What a bad way to die, though.
Yeah, but that's,
you know what I'm going to say.
That's why I said I'm scared of deep water.
I say this too. This is how I view this life. We are given the blessing of life. And you know what happens when you're given the blessing of life? You are guaranteed death. So go die honorably.
Yeah, but I want to live forever and not die.
Why?
Shit,
why would you?
A lot of people want to be immortal.
Why would you? What?
Imagine being like invincible, dude.
I know. You asked me if I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
What if I'm already in hell?
Purgatory, some form of hell, yeah.
But
We can fuck in hell. It's crazy, dude.
that's how I know we're not in hell.
All right, valid point.
Because love exists.
Yeah, valid point, actually.
But that doesn't mean that I think we both have said this many times, that evil rules this earth.
It rules
At
this
least it
entire
did.
dimension, dude.
It did. I think personally there has been a shift, and I think evil is starting to leave this earth. I think it's starting to just dwindle down. I think it's starting to go away.
Do you think we're experiencing like a dimensional shift right now? Have you been noticing a lot of the things on the internet and social media? And I mean, it
I
just
quit
seems
looking
like
at social media, dude. I'm not even.
I mean,
like,
I'm on TikTok. You know, like whatever's trending is what I'll see, obviously, and it's just like I've noticed on TikTok too. If I get too far down the rabbit hole,
Mhm.
and like videos that I start seeing that are trending have like 2 million views, and then I'll go down the rabbit hole and I'll get the videos with like 30 views or like 140 views, and then they're gone. It's like there really is an agenda to suppress information, bro. Because the more people who talk about shit that people are like, that guy, that could be true. That could be fucking true. And then you go back to the video and it's like, this video has been removed for violating guidelines. I'm like, bro, but that shit could, like, it made sense. That made fucking sense. Like, they're just restricting videos. Like, I remember Google searching something someday. I was like looking at this shit for a week. It was called the Philadelphia experiment. And it was like time travel and you know Nikola Tesla and Einstein and all these great inventors and politicians and mathematicians, and then I looked for it a week later and it was like subdued under thousands of, I had to search back pages, and then it just disappeared. It just fucking went off the internet. And there was nothing wrong with the video, there was no copyright, there was nothing wrong with this shit. It's like I think for the longest amount of time before even social media existed, we lived in a realm where the monopoly of the world have controlled our opinions.
Yeah. Yes. And how well me and Lisa know this.
You know, I think I could piss on a homeless man and I could give $1,000 to a homeless man, but in the end of it, because I don't understand what happens after we die, even though I want to be a good person, I just have stopped giving a shit about a lot, honestly. Like I look at myself and I'm like, yeah, God, I think God is an energy, man. I think he's a frequency. He's a realm of a dimension where only high frequencies exist, and high energy and love and hope and eternity of happiness and content. The high frequencies of vibrations, man. And then hell is nothing but just like a place of evil and hatred and jealousy and disgusting and lust and all this shit. And I'm a human being, right? Or I think I'm a human being. I don't feel like it sometimes.
I would say we're human beings.
Yeah, I'm a human being, but dude, I don't feel like I belong here at all.
Me either.
Like I have never fit into any school group. I've never fit into any clique at work, never. And even the way that I've thought, I'm going to humble myself with being hyper intelligent, but also having like no emotional awareness for the longest time is like it's a weird fucking thing, dude.
I know.
It's a weird thing. It's like I'm a serial killer.
Well, look,
hide your kids, hide your wife.
Well, like, hold on. I'll say this. I didn't realize that I was that way until I finally experienced something that made me realize, oh, there are emotions in this human body. I think you've gotten taste of it recently.
I still don't know what emotions are, man. I don't understand them. You know, my people want to talk about connection and commitment, and they want to talk about women and men and marriage and kids and all this bullshit. And I thought I had it right. I thought I was doing the right thing, being a good man and taking care and nurturing and providing and being protective and like being loyal, which is something that people, for some fucking reason, aren't loyal nowadays. They think it's okay. I'm dating this guy for like, we're together for 8 years and we're married. We have like 3 kids, but you see this guy at the gym, he's got a huge fucking dick. No, fuck you.
Right.
Fuck you.
Right.
It's a complete lack of empathy.
Yes.
And that is how I came to understand, is through my breakup, through having like every aspect of myself ripped from me. I mean, the goals you build, I think this is a problem. When you build your foundation around another person, right? when you've never built it around yourself, when you're like, you invest your life and your money and your future and your goals and your past in them, you have nothing left. If they were to leave, what do you have left to pull yourself back up with? And
Yourself.
I think, well, yeah, but a lot of people don't get to that point.
I know.
They invest before they've even like fixed themselves, which is your cycle you talked about. But I don't know. I got fucked up from it, like pretty bad. I got really, really
Dude.
fucked up from it
Buddy?
because you know, like I'm a weird guy. I think differently, and I do shit differently, and I go down to my mailbox in my underwear, and I wear
I know.
socks when it's raining, and
He does.
yeah, and I don't give a fuck.
Me
Like,
either.
dude. Either you're gonna accept me how I am, or you can go lick that pole, and I'll record it. Like fuck
Right.
you.
Yeah. Like
I don't care.
Yeah.
I've never given a shit about what people think of me, ever. Doesn't it amaze you how it's like everyone from the age of 10 up to like 30, even 30 years old right now, is obsessed. They're obsessed with what people think of them. The
I know.
judgment.
I know.
It's mind-boggling.
And not only that, not only are they obsessed with what people think of them, they are not intelligent enough to realize that their behavior brings on more judgment from the people they care about, what they think of them.
Yeah.
Because if somebody did something to someone else and they're not thinking, oh, you know, I don't, or what? They're thinking, oh, I don't want what everybody else thinks about me with this person and what I'm doing. And then their behavior towards that person is noticed.
It's an image problem, Joe.
It's an image problem. And if you don't know who you are as a human and your identity, guess what? You are just going to continue this entire cycle of stupidity.
I think there's truth to that. You know, I really do. I think
Well, I mean, that's
I-
even psychology says that. Psychology says that, dude. Psychology literally says, like, if you inhibit these traits and you do these things, and this is a attachment style, and this is how you were raised, and this is the trauma you have, and this is and this and this.
Full
if you
cycle,
keep doing all these things, guess what? It keeps going, and the only way you break that is by learning your fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Learning your lesson. Like, learn your lesson. You know what? Because me and you, I feel like, had a fairly significant interaction. Your experience was different to mine.
Mine was fucked up. Like most people would.
I know yours was.
They would not live with mine on an average.
No, and mine was fucked up in its own right. And like, dude, like, oh, that was something good.
Fish.
Oh, that was something good.
Probably a blue. Blue. It was a blue. It's a trend. When NPC. Blue.
Right. Like if you don't
Bro, you're fucking dumb, bro.
If you shut up, dude. No, I'm not.
I don't watch social media. I don't know what the fuck that means. Okay, Joe. Okay. You gotta look.
Are you being serious right now? That's a video on the fucking internet?
Yeah, it's this dude fishing. He's fishing, right? And this black guy caught a fish and he's holding it here and he goes, you don't know what that video is? Oh man. I'm a millennial for sure.
Remember how you were saying that all these videos that are all out there that like make sense don't get any views, but that does? You are programming your brain with what you're seeing on the internet.
Bro, if I could see Blue Geeky every day, you know, I might be a different person. Blue.
Do you know how dumb you look right now? Like, you are appalling me that you would lower yourself to these levels.
Yo, some shit's funny, Joe. Some shit, look.
Yeah, some
it's
shit
hard
is
to make me laugh, all right? But
right.
when you see some, like, uncanny, unironic, dumbass shit on the internet, you're like, it's a core memory for me now.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, me and you both have said we don't forget anything.
Yeah, I never forget anything.
Like, trust me, there are many times.
Other than when I look at some stuff, I'll read some shit. I don't look at where the fucking source comes from.
Well, you should.
I know, I should look at. I don't look at the source, but I remember reading it. I'm like, maybe I should. Oh, this
well, hold
German
on. You got
guy?
a good point.
I like this German guy a lot, by the way.
You got a good point.
I like this German guy from 1940s a lot, by the way.
Well, that's okay.
It's cool.
It's a very interesting subject.
It is. A lot
especially
of
with
people
all
hate
the
on
information that's come out lately.
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
said
hate
to
on
somebody one of the last times I saw them, I said, wait till you see everything you believe in is wrong and it all comes out.
History's a lie.
Yes.
It's fabricated, dude. The winner, the victor is always the guy. The winners are always the winners, dude. But the losers, What the fuck happened to them? What's the truth behind the losers?
Right. What's the truth behind whatever happened? Because we don't know.
Mud floods, pre-Adamite ages, civilizations that existed before ours. There's just there
is no way. There is no, think about this. You're telling me we went from riding horses out west and all that stuff and yada 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 to this all of a sudden?
Two things. I think one, we either made contact through a spiritual or demonic entity, which gave us like the information to it.
Right.
Three actually. Two, we made contact with extraterrestrials, or some kind of outside interventional force.
Who knows?
Or number three, if we did evolve that way, we must have had some bright motherfuckers, dude.
Right, but this is the way I see it. I think if you talk about like the time it took to do all these things and the timing that certain things happened, I would think that we have been technologically advanced as a species before. Something happened that we lost the information.
There was a genetic manipulation in our DNA.
Something happened because because I work with intelligent people all the time. But I have never seen people who are not able to think. Like just think.
Yeah, like just basic awareness.
Basic awareness.
Yeah.
Basic thought pattern. Basic way you carry yourself. Like you don't see it. And it's like, okay, how did humans go from doing this to what we are now?
Apparently, according to Darwin, we were monkeys and we evolved from like ape people. We came out of the water, became bipedal, and then we started evolving consciously. That's Darwinism. And I think, if you want my honest opinion, because we have religion and we have God and we have this, I think to an extent we evolved, but we also had some kind of divine intervention.
We had to have.
Yeah, 100%.
This is why whenever we come back to the whole God conversation, I'm like, something had to happen because
I'm a monkey at heart. Bro.
I act like a monkey. Like, look at me. Like,
motherfucker.
Like,
no, I mean, I think we're actually like, part of our brain is pretty primal, and part of our brain is on another level.
It is. I know this for a fact, and it's for a fact because I don't really want to say that on a camera, but like,
pussy.
Like, is my personal life, but like, let's just say that
you afraid of being judged, Joe?
No, I can give a shit less. Let's say that someone broke a man enough that he couldn't be with another woman.
That's where I'm at right now, actually. I got my left hand. You know what they say, right? Jill. Jill. She's my best fucking friend, dude.
I've grown tired of that. But like, oh God. But like,
leave me alone for 10 minutes. I'll be right. If I'm mad at you, give me 10 minutes.
Right. Young men, if you haven't figured that out yet, make sure you get that done before you go do something stupid.
Beat your shit. Post-nut clarity is an amazing thing.
Yes. But like, dude, like, from not doing it for that long, guess what? We definitely have a primal animalistic side of ourselves. We are still just a biological creature, dude. We're a biological creature, and guess what we're put on this earth to do is a biological creature.
Isn't it crazy that you beat your shit, right? You just finished jerking your shit, and then you have the thought in your head, like, this doesn't feel right. Like, this doesn't feel, or you do something wrong and you're like,
this is why,
that's not right.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't be doing that shit.
Right. Well, like, this is the thing. Because I haven't watched porn in probably close to 4 years now.
I watched porn this morning.
I know you did.
Thank you. The house shakes sometimes. What can I say, dude?
I know. But like, dude, like, after I quit watching porn, I realized something about porn.
It's demonic. And it has bad energies.
Yes.
And it makes you stupid.
Yes.
Makes you stupid.
Dude, it is cancer for a man's brain.
It is. Your frontal lobe's developing and you're just looking at,
like,
right. Yeah, you're going to be
the movie, if you haven't seen it, the greatest horror movie ever created.
Pornography, which was started by
No.
the Jews, by the way.
Well, I know. Let's not go there. No. You know what that was? Idiocracy.
I love that movie.
So do I. It's also the most horrific movie I've ever seen.
Isn't that Owen Wilson's brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
But like dude, if you take a step back and look at our society, and then you go over here,
yeah, I'm with for a night, man.
And you go over here and you watch Idiocracy, and then
we're going there. We're headed there.
Then you come
right
back
now.
over here, and you go, oh boy, we're going there.
We're headed there right now.
Most horrific movie I've ever seen.
When the IQ used to be like the average was like 100 to 110. Now it's like 90, 95.
Yeah, right. Like that's the thing. It's like, how are you all not realizing we're getting fucking dumber? Like that should be concerning. That should be concerning that we are getting dumber.
I think there's pros and cons to being dumb, though. You know, you're.
Oh yeah.
The less you think, the more like you're like, pussy, like,
right.
You know,
life's
fucking good, dude.
Life's not bad.
And then when you're like ultra aware and until you're like, I'm depressed all the time.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I relate to anyone? Why is that a UFO?
Well, this is why we were talking about this at some point.
I love my Legos, god damn it.
Well, it's like, dude, like being this fucking sucks.
Oh yeah.
Fucking sucks. Like this is why I want to, like, all the people out there who fucking watch this. Like, it fucking sucks living in this existence with you fucking miserable fucks. Like, it's a fucking disaster out here.
Great. I got to see Greg again. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like, not my boy Greg.
No, I'm just making an example.
Yeah, he don't know anybody.
But fuck Joe, for real.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm kidding.
Thanks.
You're a handsome man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I look like a goblin, but I'm okay with
No,
that.
you don't.
I do.
You gotta have more.
This guy speaks a lot about believing in yourself. I believe in myself, but I'll tell you one thing.
You gotta believe in yourself.
But I'll tell you one thing, Joe. When a woman looks at me, they typically go the other direction, all right? And I know it's because of the face, dude.
Should I say it?
Say it.
So me and my good friend over here, Lisa, have noticed something over the past week.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, that dude. No, I was kidding. So like,
I gotta rock my 4-cylinder Honda Civic.
I've noticed something about my surroundings because I'm aware. I have noticed that women are staring at me differently now, and not only they're staring at me differently.
I'm not gay, but you're a handsome dude, Joe.
I know that, but I'm still me, bro. Like this is.
You could be literally. You know what you could be? I'm looking at you right now, and you could be walking down the street going, fuck. And I'd be like, I hit that shit.
Thank you, Jim.
As a woman,
Thank
but
you.
not as a guy. Like, I'm straight. I swear to God, I'm straight.
Dude, I'm straight.
But
That's all
like,
good.
I think being gay is fucking disgusting.
I don't.
I do.
This is what I say about it.
I got my opinions.
I know, and I see why you say that.
Who wants to stick? You want to stick? Come here.
Stop. Here's the thing. I know many gay people. I do. And the thing about that I have realized about it is that it's not. Now, if you are looking at it like you just said, that's different.
Sticking my ass over waiting for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's if you just are just whatever. The thing about it is that it's just another form of loving someone. And if that is what you love, then that is what you love. And therefore, I would say that is a pass.
Shit ain't natural.
Or is it? It was in biblical times, buddy. It was in Roman times.
I suppose, in your defense, there is probably some truth to that.
It was.
But I'm just a little skewed on it.
I know. This is why I said you're not there yet. Because it took me a while to get there.
Or another guy's ass?
No.
Oh, okay.
It took me a while.
You've never done anything gay, have you?
Not on camera. No, but like,
I know you're coming from now. Okay.
But like,
get the fuck away from me.
Oh my God. but like, dude, like, the thing I have noticed about gay couples that work, I'm not talking about because
gay couples. Oh my God.
Look,
they're
dude.
either super attractive or they're ugly as fuck, dude.
No, they're not.
Are you kidding me?
Not all of them.
You kidding me? the ones that I've seen that I have personally I've come into contact with a lot of gay couples. You got this supermodel woman that's like, hey, I should be like the biggest boy toy in the world, and they're with this like 300-pound like dyed hair mohawk, like, hey, this is my bitch.
Before we go too far, I want you all to remember something, and this goes in the trigger warning. A woman put him here. A woman put me here. If you don't like how this conversation is going and it is offending you, do remember a woman put us here, so you are hearing what this makes men feel like. If you don't like it, sorry. But
yeah, if you don't like it, you go fuck yourself for real.
Right. It's like, dude, like,
you know, there's an appeasement to life, Joe. And for the longest time I've lived my life just being on the minimum of, oh, does that offend them? I shouldn't say that. That hurts their feelings. I'm not saying, you know, like,
it has nothing to do with offense.
Being aware.
It has nothing to do with offense. The thing about it is, when I look at it, if you are loving someone and that is your person and you are into that thing, that's you, dude.
Statistically, that love is based off trauma and extreme.
It could be.
Statistically,
like,
yes. A majority of the people who identify as transgender, LGBTQ,
is it genetic?
No.
Are you sure?
Actually, I don't. I'm not sure of that. And now that you've said that, it sounds like it could be.
I think it is. I think there is a gene that makes people like. If we broke it down, what if it's a gene in your DNA that's like that, or what if it's the way that you, when you are produced in the womb of a woman,
I have cock, but I have a cock.
Right, like you're produced in the womb of a woman. What if it is a neurological setup by that human being who made you, and that is why you like the same sex? What if it's that?
I don't know. I heard something that talked about generational memory, which is like whatever your parents experienced it, or like or whatever they went through, whatever they felt or smelled, there's like some kind of connection to you as their offspring.
I have thought that too.
Not like physically, but
I have thought that too. I have thought that too. Like, what you're like, this is the whole generational curses thing. And how we were saying earlier, like, you know, you could, what if this whole reincarnation thing is real and you come back and you have to learn the lessons you didn't learn the first time, and if you just keep doing the same things, you're just going to come back and do it again.
Yeah, I don't fuck with gay people at all.
You should. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because some of my favorite people on this earth are gay people.
I got hit on by a gay guy at a bar one time.
So did I. Some guy asked me for my number the other day.
Yeah, it did. I don't like it.
I take it as a compliment.
I don't like it. Because I want women to hit on me that way, not men, dude.
Do you want to know why I take it as a compliment?
More gay guys hit on me than
you want to know why I take it as a compliment?
What the fuck?
You know why I take it as a compliment? Because a man found this man attractive.
Yeah, but just think about the shit he wants to do to you, Joe.
Hey, at least somebody wants to do something to me. Fuck. I mean,
I do it to myself, all right?
That's yeah, but it's nice to have, you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But like,
I get it. I mean, I understand where you're coming from.
I know where you're at.
I need to be less judgmental and more accepting.
Yes.
In order to grow as a person, I need to stop being so negative.
Yes.
I know.
And this is why, if you've made it this far in this video, this is why I like these kind of conversations, because most men or people do not have these kind of conversations. Like, dude, I am a very straight male. Very straight male.
You sure?
Oh, am I sure?
All right, just make sure.
But like I said, I know many gay people, and I have a buddy down in Nashville that if I was to be gay, it would be with that guy, not because of his looks, not because of.
Man's already thinking about who he's going to be gay with.
No, the thing about it is like, I don't think of it that way. What I think about it is that, like,
he's your most compatible match.
What I think about it is, I look at that human being and I go, you know what? If there was some day that I woke up and there was only 2 human beings on the earth and it happened to be me and him,
that guy's dick.
I would be thankful because I like that human. That doesn't make me gay. Like I said this to
you can love someone.
Yes.
In my opinion, you can love someone, but There's something called the laws of nature.
I know.
And I realize in the animal kingdom there are some instances
Yes,
where
yes.
certain species of animals will fuck the same sex.
There
I
are
get it.
also species of fish that change their sexes and well, you
But
know.
are we fucking fish, dude? Are we fish? Am I gonna swim around in the river and go, you know what? I got laid yesterday by this hot chick, but I'm feeling some dick today, dude. I'm feeling some nice hot cock.
I mean, maybe if that's what you like.
No, I'm gonna change my colors. I'm gonna trim my beard. I'm gonna go out to a gay bar and I'm gonna grind on the first dude I see.
See, you're thinking about this all wrong. You're thinking about this all wrong, young man. Let me pull out the old player book here.
Oh, Jesus
pull out the old player book
Christ.
here. Let me go down to page 69.
All right, go to page 420 real quick. Let's talk.
Well, hold on.
Right.
Oh, no, we can't read that on
Okay,
here.
all right.
Fun fact to all the young men out there. If you want to go pick up a woman, go to a gay bar. Let me tell you why.
Get yourself in the fucking sleepover, bro.
Let me tell you why. And I'm sure if there are women hearing this, they're going to say, fuck. The thing about it is that when a woman goes out to a bar with her friends, we're just going to have ourselves a girl night, so let's go to a gay bar and dance. No matter what, they are wired for attention.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to a gay bar as a straight man with your boys, A, you're going to get free drinks. And gay bars serve some fucking strong drinks.
I don't know that, but like I'm going to take your word for it.
Hold on, see if I can sell you on this. So not only are you getting very strong drinks.
Why? Because they can't handle fucking being around other dudes?
No.
I gotta drink myself out of this daddy trauma.
Alcohol increases your bad decision making.
It does.
Which also, if you are emotionally driven to want attention.
A woman.
You're standing there around, I don't know, usually at Nashville, I would always say around 12:58 is when the night would go to shit. So like around 1:01 in the morning.
1:01.
1:01.
Is this time specific, Joe?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
I've done massive studies on this at bars for many years.
The 3 o'clock rule. Okay.
Even if you're at a straight bar, it doesn't matter. Anyways, naturally, a woman does this.
What, flicks her fucking bean or something?
Well, I'm sure they do that too.
Shove a dildo in herself?
Maybe. I wouldn't recommend it.
Wish they never got with the guy they got with and then start crying because they're with some dude they hate and they're just like, what the fuck did I do? I'm going to stay in this relationship for 8 months and fake it until he wants me back. Right?
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Just establishing that real quick.
Thank you. Thank you. No matter what, at 1:01, she's going to get sad that she's not getting attention by the gay men who don't want anything to do with them. So guess what happens to your boys over here that are just standing here just like, you want attention? Perfect. Shooting fish in a barrel.
What if she's gay?
Well, then she's not going to be drumming over and talking to you.
Turn her straight.
I think it takes a unique man to do that.
That's definitely you, Joe.
I know. Is it? Is it?
You.
You've been listening into my room too?
I have seen, since knowing this guy, I have seen countless women hit on him. Countless women talk about how good he looks. And it's mind-blowing to me, like it's mind-blowing. You're genetically superior, Joe.
Am I?
I don't know, but I know I have to piss like a racehorse.
Oh, we can call it a day here in a minute. I do too.
This is a good little segment, dude. I like this. This is great.
I know this one might.
You're probably gonna have to cut a lot of shit. Honestly, you're gonna have to cut a lot of shit, but
yeah, because we could sit here and talk for hours because we've done this before. So like, and I didn't touch what makes a man a man. I didn't touch.
Sounds like you fucking touched a man.
Not on camera.
OnlyFans, for every inch you get $1,000, and I'll tell you
really?
what.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
Like, well, let's think about it. OnlyFans, right? Let's think about OnlyFans.
Okay.
OnlyFans. As a man, I advertise for every inch $1,000 you have to pay. I'm not going past $300, buddy.
Damn it. I could afford 11,000 right now.
God damn, what are you, Ron Jeremy? Come here, baby. I'll show you something you never seen before.
Oh God.
I know I'm fat, overweight, and ugly, but my dick is big.
And with that, I think we made Lisa blush. Lisa's blushing over there, looking at me like
I'm
you
about to
fucking
whip
get...
my inchworm out. You ready?
Oh, here.
My dirt worm's coming out, dude.
Sorry, bud.
It's all right. It's all right. You know what? Some people have a gift, and others don't.
I
think I'm average, right?
Well, I've come to this realization. It's not about the size; it's matter how you use it.
What's the terminology? It's it's not the size of the waves, but it's the motion of the ocean, baby.
Yeah.
Motion of the ocean. So while that guy's going in and hitting your fucking loins, I'm like, all right, are we going?
Right. If you're missing the steps beforehand, it don't matter. Like guys, please go learn the anatomy of a woman so you can please your woman.
I'm not gonna do all that shit.
Well, this is
Fuck
why
that.
you're. This is
Fuck
why.
that.
This is why
What
you
is
are
this,
where you
Chi-
are.
What is this, China? I gotta know how to fuck this woman. No. Ching dong, bing, bing, bang. No, I don't
You
give a fuck.
should.
Dude.
You
I don't
know
give a
why?
shit. I don't give a fuck.
You know why?
No.
That makes you a lower level man.
Probably.
Well, bud.
I'm happy with Jill, bro.
Right now.
I'm happy with Jill. You know why? Because she doesn't talk back to me, doesn't lie to me, doesn't shit
Right
on me.
now.
And whenever I'm feeling down, guess what? This bitch is always there.
I understand.
Mm-hmm. You understand how bad I have to piss right now? Is that what you understand?
Yes,
Okay.
actually.
It's
but
the tip of my penis is stinging. That's how bad I have to piss.
Well,
Joe.
we might have to go to the doctor.
I don't mean stinging in pain. I mean like I can feel it about to come out. All right, let me just clarify that real quick.
But man, like
it's coming out right now.
This is the last point. This is if you piss yourself on camera, it's not the worst that's happened.
I'm not gonna piss myself on camera. I'm gonna piss on the camera. Okay,
is that the worst that's ever happened? No? Okay. So like
I'll piss on you, Joe. How about that?
I'm not into that. Not by a male.
Yeah, okay. Showers,
anyways.
Hurry the fuck up. I got
I'm trying if you'd shut up.
God damn.
I lost everything I was gonna say there. But dude,
you're in.
This is why you should remember you are with another human being, and like you said earlier, you got to get to where you're like, oh, this is what this feels like. So I don't want to feel like whatever. Imagine laying there and someone doing that to you and not giving a shit about you and being like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All I'll say is this, Joe.
So take care.
I'm grateful you're in my life. And I'm grateful that I met you. And I will say that you are a fantastic human being.
Thank
and
you,
I don't
dude.
like anyone. But
I don't
think
either.
You're a great dude.
I like a few people.
I'm not fucking gay, but you're handsome. So shut
Thank
the
you,
fuck
dude. Sorry.
up.
I wish you would be more highly thinking of yourself.
On that note, I'm gonna take a piss.
All right. Well, with that note, if this is the last one y'all ever see, just kidding. I actually love that. That was two men having a conversation, and it was raw and authentic. And if you don't like it, maybe you should take a reflection on yourself and your behavior and how you treat other human beings, because now you're witnessing what happens when you treat human beings who have been through a brutal life, how they feel. And I feel like that was like two opposites. And with that, Lisa's just gonna sit there. It's Natty Talks, and we're down at the river, baby. We're down at the river drinking beers and stuff and talking about stupidity and stuff.